welcome back, folks. And I say folks rather than guys, just in case there's some women watching my channel. I know there used to be, but, well, welcome to the next piece of sharing my wisdom. When you're a new guy, boy, there's a lot of goodies out there, and you don't know what to buy, what not to buy, anything about them. So I'm going to share my kind of travels, experiences with various different indicator holders, height gauges, comparator stands, you name it. Again, with this phone, man, spam calls left and right. All right, well, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you learn something from my experiences. All right, I want to talk, let me bring the camera up a little bit more, about this tool. A comparator stand. I think this is an absolute necessity for any shop, especially home shops. So this is a cheap one. You can see them all over the place. eBay, Amazon, you name it. They're pretty inexpensive, but be aware all the hardware that they come with is absolute trash. It tilts, pivots, it's sloppy on the post. I mean, it's terrible. So for this one, I built all my own stuff. It fits perfectly here. It doesn't rock. It locks solid. I can use a square here to square up the needle thing or whatever. This is kind of hokey, but whatever. So what do you do with this thing? Really easy. Since it's so solid, you can come down, and I can easily adjust that dial without the needle moving. Isn't that nice? That was 0, yeah. Okay, so you can check, well, you can go and buy any one of the gauge block sets, rectangular, square, you name it. Rectangular ones are everywhere and pretty inexpensive. Slide them under here, you can check your indicators. See how accurate they are. I mean, I can put a 1 inch. This isn't a 1 inch. This is actually, should be a thou under. Oh, I got a long stem on it. Yeah, it's a thou underneath. This is a 0.999 block. I just keep it over here to play with or whatever. Right back on the 0 exactly. So, and I said you can check. I set all my cutters on the lathe to the precise height. I'll lock them in their holder or whatever, put it over here on the surface, put the needle on the tip of the cutter, read it. And I know whether I'm too high, too low, adjust it, and keep doing it until I get the height correct. So this was my first one, and I've used it a bunch. Later, I stumbled across this Mitutoyo one on eBay. Completely trashed, chipped to death, rusted, all kinds of stuff. They had plastic knobs on it, broken, smashed. Like, how did you treat something like that? This surface too, I had lapped this to get it back to a perfection. So, rebuilt the whole thing, as you can see. I've been getting into buying stickers off of eBay. $3 with free shipping. Yeah, give it. Because the sticker got destroyed getting rid of the paint and redoing it. But this guy, the fine tuning is incredible. I can tune in less than 1/10 of a thou with this. So, and the way this thing works, it'll hold any stem there is, all the different sizes. Sometimes I put the digital one on here because it's, it goes down to tenths of tenths. It's crazy. So I like this guy a lot. I can easily move it wherever I want and lock it down. So this is like grade A to me. I like this thing for checking whatever. Like I said, I'll check my gauge blocks on this thing. I'll check my indicators on this thing. I'll set my cutters for the lathe to the rotational center. It goes on and on. So these, if you can find one of these on eBay at any price, buy it. It is very easy to adjust with the way they've designed these flexures in here. They've got a steel plate here, steel plate here. This knob makes them bend, so it's great. Alright, I just wanted to cover these two things. This is a dial test indicator, and they are extremely accurate over their full movement because they don't move very far. This one moves what? 10 to 30 thou. That's it. So, I'm going to talk about these. The other thing is, if you really want to learn the nitty-gritty about some of these things, go to the manufacturer's website. They always have videos produced by their applications engineers. Application engineers' sole purpose is to help people answer questions, create what's called app notes or whatever, and I know about it because I was one. I designed a chip, I'd send it out there, I'd have electrical engineers calling me all day long. How do you do this? How do you do that? And I'd explain to them. Okay, in the beginning I started with a plain surface gauge, like this. I think I got this from some retired machinist or something. You find them on Craigslist from time to time. The indicator mounts in the dovetail here. I didn't cover that very well in the last section. You can go on Amazon. They sell the carbide 60-degree cutters to make these things with, and they're pretty cheap. I have bought a whole set, different sizes, just to have it. Like I said in the other videos, I want to have everything here that I might need when I need it. So this guy, the problem is it moves too much. You're trying to zero out a needle on it and the needle's bouncing all around. That's another thing that I want to talk about. I see so many people spending time to zero out an indicator. Why? It's going to move. It's painful. Just put it on a tick mark. Remember where it is. Do what you want and look at the deviation. That's it. I very rarely bother to spend the time to zero any indicator, dial or dial test. But to adjust this thing, it's 2 cores of thread. I mean, I had one that was really nice and fine, but the bottom wasn't really flat, so you could touch it and the needle would move. So get rid of that. This one, the arm is too long. The needle moves. I mean, you come up on something, you get one reading, and the force of just this spring is bending the arm. So I said, forget that. Let me get a shorter one. So this is a really nice one. And again, I replaced all the steel stuff with nylon. I can easily move this guy around without even... Oh, it just came loose there. Yeah, because I went in the direction of loosening it. I should redo this screw. No, I can't, because I don't want to re-drill and tap finer threads, but same kind of thing. I don't know. I just kind of found it awkward, useless, maybe unreliable. I don't know. Looks like I made all my own knobs, knurled them all and stuff, so. Oh, and a bunch of people don't know what these pins are for. Push them down, and they come out the bottom. You can put it up against the edge or side of your gauge block, and now you're square. Why I would do that, I don't know, but that's what these pins are for. People don't know it. This one has, yeah, there's a pin here, 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 and here. So I guess this one you can go sideways if you want to go sideways on your surface block or whatever. Discovered this guy, Greist micro height gauge. This thing is incredible. I mean, you want to dial in a tenth, this thing does it. I did do a video on how to rebuild this thing. I think I paid $100 or something on eBay. It had to be overhauled. I downloaded their patent to understand how it works. They have screws in here on the part that rides the lead screw that's in there, and it pushes the thing together. So there is no backlash on this thing. Zero. There is now, because it's kind of been sitting around for a while. Made all my own little parts for it to fit everything, but I use this all the time. This is a rock solid surface gauge. You move it, do whatever, touch anything you want. The needle doesn't move. It's solid. I love this thing. And then you saw it had at one point in time, because this is a 6-inch. What is this crud on here now? Oh, I gotta clean it up. Something's getting on it from someplace. Alright, well, I have a big 12-inch if I ever need that. And cleaned it up and calibrated it. So these two guys, I figure I'm going to use all the time. Alright, I'm going to talk about indicator holders, and boy, there are a lot of them out there. Alright, well, first one I made was this one. It's missing the dovetail, but I needed to tram in my vise on the mill. So that one is designed for a dial test indicator, and with the stem, with the dovetail on it, I could clamp the back dovetail, hold it that way, and I could sweep the jaws or whatever on device. Then later on I said, well, let me improve the design, so now I can clamp the back dovetail and sweep the vise, or I can grab the back, then I can rotate the head, the spindle, and I could sweep something that I just machined to see how flat it is, or if I have a tram problem, something like that. Okay, so those were homemade, guys, and I like those. I used these for quite a few years. Put those over there. Found this guy on eBay. It's the same thing, these you rotate and a pin comes out. This was better because if each dovetail is a slightly different depth, width, so if I were to clamp it on that, it might be crooked. This guy, you can rotate the whole dovetail. As you tighten it down, the pin comes out and locks it. So with these, you can position your indicator, dial test indicator, any which angled way you want. But this stupid long stem, so I started making some of these myself. It's pretty easy to machine. I didn't bother with the groove on the side to be able to do a 90, because I'm not going to do that. I just need a few degrees of movement, and that's it. So this pretty much just sits in the drawer. I don't use it. I use the ones that I made. Also in the beginning, I made those, but this is the first holder. I mean, you see them out there. They're everywhere. They're cheap. Okay, I need something to go on the machine. It is magnetic. I think the first one I had didn't have an on-off switch. And it's strong, but you had to wrestle it to get it off whatever it's on. And if it's painted, you're scratching the paint. So this is a magnetic one, but you can't put this on a granite plate because it's not magnetic. It was dusty. So I had made this little guy, and it clamps on there and it stays put. Now I can move it all around on the granite plate. But the problem was, it's just too flexible. It moves. I mean, that's moving, but if I were on the plate, this arm just flexes futile. So it didn't take long, and I put these things in a drawer, junk drawer or whatever, and trying to improve it, I made my own. Part of it's, the other arm is still in the drawer, but you get the idea what this is. Dovetail screws on there. There's a ball so I can rotate it, make sure that this thing is straight and not tightened at an angle, and so on. It's a Noga base, very strong. Is that on? Oh, it's connecting, and even though it's not, it's magnetic even when it's off. Crazy. So, and that still didn't work. It just moves no matter what you do. So I gave up that idea, all that stuff. Well, even that one, you can see there's all kinds of arms that come with it. This is an NSK, I think, made in Japan. And they have all these arms and different things. This is one where it's permanent. You can't turn it off. This just stays in a drawer. I mean, these arms get clamped in here and all kinds of, very flexible, very nice, but I wouldn't buy it. Again, I would not. Like I said, this just stays in a drawer. I don't use this at all. Probably should just give it away to somebody. I don't know. So what I finally did, though, I finally bought the very expensive Noga. I use this exclusively. It is fantastic. And the reason is you'll see some where the fine tune is up here. My opinion is don't buy that because you touch it and you're trying to adjust it and the needle's moving all over the place. This is a long arm here. My adjustment's down here and I can move it any place I want. If I tighten it here, the arm is going that way. If I tighten it here, the arm is tilting that way. I've got full 360, whatever I want. It is a non-turn-off type magnet. It's very strong, but it's easy because you can tilt it sideways to get it off. You cannot do that. No, it's not coming off that way. Why is all this dirt on it? Oh, there's a hole for something, probably assembly. I forgot where they're made. Noga is another country, but they're beautiful. The finish on them is fantastic. Their writing, their laser, everything. So along with that, for the mill, to replace these guys, I had bought the Noga arm. Goes up in a collet. You can put either a dial indicator in it or a dial test indicator on it. Any which way you want. This was a beautiful instrument. I don't use it that much because how often do you tram in your vise? Other thing I wanted to mention, one little thing that people don't know. Oh yeah, there's also this funky stuff, but boy is that awkward to use. I see people making these things, using them, not using them very much. I know that. All plastic washers I made and replaced it. But boy, this thing is tough to figure out angles and how to get where you want to get. Made my own little dovetail here. But the part I wanted to tell you, if this is a steel jaw out of my vise, and this is an aluminum one I made, all of them, steel, mine, have this teeny little groove on it. Probably 20 thou, 30 thou up and 20, 30 thou in. And the reason for that is when it's bolted in your vise, you want perfect tram, I'll take an end mill down onto a piece of paper so I know I'm just off my vise. And I'll run it completely across the vise. I do not want it to contact the vise, but the groove allows me to mill this face. So I'll come over once I'm cleared the vise, I know it, I'll turn the machine on, I'll kiss the face and come across it, and you'll see, oh yeah, my tram is tilting towards me a little bit, so it's just cutting the bottom of it. And I'll do both sides of it. Put this one here for whatever it's worth. I'll tram that, I'll cut this one, then I'll cut that one, and I'll keep going till I can see I'm cutting the entire face. Now I know my vise is absolutely square with my mill, and so anything I put in there is going to come out perfect. Just wanted to point those things out.